Well, big meeting last night. It's our annual kick the spring off. Get a run at Easter to see where we are with the knickknacks and the promotional, the plastic grass, the eggs, yeah. So sick of Easter, but it's a thing we do. We have the boys over, the key players in the ministry here at headquarters, and put a pork shoulder on at 3:30 in the morning, and cooked it all day in my Oklahoma smoker, huh? Delicious, exquisite. Boys, pulled pork, just pull it right off, and had about 10 boys over. Special guest, we had a guy named Blackie, who's pastor's known about 30 years, and he comes and goes. He's a real dear friend of two of our key guys. Went to high school with them in Oakland, and Blackie's his real handle. And Blackie used to run the photography action on the paddle boat at Lake Tahoe in the South Shore there for years and years, 20, 30 years. That's a mainstay up there. And then the pictures got a little too risque for management, and next thing Blackie knows. So he hooks up with the Rotary Club out of Nevada City, which is a goofy town up here in the foothills. And next thing you know, Blackie's in Africa. Next thing you know, after that, Blackie is working with pygmies, and you go, Pastor, go, stop it! You just pulling our leg. Been with the pygmies for 4 years, and he's sort of like the liaison between the Rotary clubs and why the Rotary clubs are. I said that they just got to be doing it for come on. No, just pygmy. Well, first of all, the pygmies. I shocked them. They're like 4'10", 4'8". They're are they growing? I'm thinking, well, that's not that much, pygmy. And no, they said tests showing that 50 years they haven't grown a lick, not like other people. So and they eat. They're all right. They got obviously with Blackie over there, they got food and stuff. But it's a kick. Well, anyway, he's married to an African woman over there. And no, not a pygmy. That would be just too good. But showed a picture of her, and she elegant. I was hoping for, well, I just know not hoping, but I just thought for sure, she would look like an African. Not somebody from Cleveland, but she's an elegant looking woman, educated. He met her in the big city. When he went into town, he's like about 12 hours away from any kind of city. He's out in the wild with these pygmies and mountain gorillas. And the pygmies have been displaced, so the mountain gorillas can have a preserve. So you're hurting when the gorilla is taken over for the migration, right? Sort of like anyway, you know what I'm thinking. So there we go, and boy from South Africa here, and a lot of the men want to know if Blackie had ever been one with a pygmy. And we, of course, heard over the years that he definitely had. But now he's clamped up. The little woman's on her way over here. We're going to be here in about 6 weeks or so. They hope. It's a hassle to get her in. Imagine it's his wife, and it's a big deal to get her over here. So you can't hardly go outside here without the ministry here without running around an illegal alien here, illegal person. So I don't know. It's hard to figure. But anyway, one thing after another. But the big news is, just all the camaraderie, and these boys have been supporting Pastor for so long, and it's just a beautiful thing. Your friends are just by far the most important thing. Rich or poor, doesn't matter. Obviously, the optimum scene is they're rich, huh? But these people are wild child. One guy's a guard at Folsom Prison, and they're just fun people. The big news is though I think we've struck pay dirt. We're about ready to put some deal together with this radioactive water over in Japan. Pastor's been doing some research, always looking for an angle, and always always been ready to swing with that action. Just loves the outdoor part of him. The Buddha is outdoors more than he's indoors. The statue, and he's fat. Let's face it. Pastor's has got instead of the Muhammad, all those other people so thin. Buddha and always at the conventions where the Buddhists, because of the language and this and their outfits, they would stick to themselves. Pastor's right there laughing and doing a little O with them because, Pastor's Little League coach was Japanese, and he loved him and got into the culture and stayed a lot of times at their house. And Frank and Ben and Tad, I've talked about them all the time. Not much on the hitting, not much of a hitting instructor, but as far as a life instructor, just fabulous. So Pastor swings with that. So he's hip. He keeps his ears to the ground over there. And take you back a little history for you younger boys. 1945, it's uptight. We've got 1 million men headed to Japan to invade Japan, put an end to this World War II. And Pastor's father was on one of those ships. And they're out in the Pacific, and we throw 2 big atomic bombs at them, boom, boom, and that's the end of it. They said that's enough, and no telling how many people Americans had saved. Killed about 75,000 right away. Boom, boom, the concussion, and so. But then the radioactivity that circled the globe, and big news that they're keeping it a secret over there. They don't let you're not going to find how they make a Toyota, and you're not going to find out how they some of those people that were old when in 1945 are still alive because of this radioactivity. It's like a miracle, huh? It's like it's going to just put Lourdes right on where it should be. Those filthy, selfish French won't let Pastor into anything dealing, but. Lourdes is always swinging with the cripples, and there's no doing that. We're the fountain of youth. We're going to get this seawater and market it as the fountain of youth. You go to the store now. There's a whole aisle of water. They got actresses, vitamin water, this water, even hip hop artists. Can you imagine a hip hop artist, a rapper, is pushing some kind of water? Whoa, come on, we're going to have this. If you can, people eat the kelp and they eat the seaweed, and they're gonna jump on this radioactive. Obviously it's moderate. It's not gonna have your lips fall off, but it's the fountain of youth. So we're gonna do a little more testing, but not a lot. We want to get in the shells first. So we might have to go offshore or whatever, or it'd be our little secret, but it's gonna work. So. That's where we are, and everybody's they left excited. I didn't have any literature printed out yet, but we're going to go over there and get some people to maybe we'll go over to the homeless shelter and put a few bottles out and see how we do, huh? Okay, so anyway, the heady times. The spring, it's 72 degrees here. The sun is out, and God, it's just fun to be alive and fun to be vibrant and fun to help. To think that you're going to put your foot on the pedal and accelerate people into a longer, healthier life. With got to come up with a name, though, huh? Got to come up with a name. We'll think about it. You think about it. All right.